LeilaFox. So today we have the brand new update that just released into the game for update 3.3. So let's take a look at changes. If we head over into the news, we already have some info in the game about the new update. This update brings a new feature, which is the fitting room, which you're absolutely going to go take a look at that very, very quickly. So we have the fitting room together with changes to some existing features and a few quality of life improvements. This is what you need to know. Basically, the fitting room, what it's going to do for you is it's going to let you try on artifacts and accessories to see the stats before you have to commit and add silver to it, which I think is fantastic. They go a little bit more in depth in here, but that's basically what it is. We're going to take a look at that a little later. Tag Team Arena Awards rebalancing. I've seen some people kind of irritated with this, but in reality, this lines up with what happens with Classic Arena, right? So what they're saying is they decrease the number of gold bars for weekly tier placements, but they increase the number of gold bars you get for each win. And now there's also a minimum battle limit to be eligible for weekly rewards. As you guys know beforehand, as long as you had a defense, you would get weekly rewards. That is gone. From now on, you had to fight in at least 10 arena series each week to get your tier placements. And like I said, it's fair because that's what happens in Classic Arena. If you don't do your arena, you don't get anything, right? So that seems fair. Additions to the Bazaar, and I would love to know what everybody thinks of this. But now there's charms in all tiers. Avatars have been added to the bronze and silver tiers, and there's champion fragments for 2 non-fusible void rare champs needed to fuse a broad mod. That's for Huntress and for Bloodhorn in the bronze tier. So we'll also make sure we take a look at that. And there's a whole bunch of champion and battle fixes. Looks like they fixed what happens when champions are under freeze debuff. Xavia's poison. They talk about Taurus. And they said they changed the icon of Faceless's lightning and ice bolts. Ursula now correctly revives allies. Spiders, this was a big one. Spiders no longer spawn on top of each other and the spider's dead. I know that that was a big one for a while where it seemed like it was a bit busted, where they would just drop on top of each other. No more. Looks like they fixed a bunch of visual effects. And a couple of things with Clan Boss. It says here, Clan Boss HP is now calculated correctly if a battle starts before the refresh and finishes after. They also fix a couple mechanics. And game experience enhancements now shows us how many charms we have. They did some things in the UI. I like the change here for Classic Arena, where we don't have to get out of the interface, have to collect our tokens, then come back to arenas. We should be able to collect it right there. Clan Boss keys are now added one at a time separately to the inbox, which is great. Boss HP bars now correctly show amount of lost max HP when a champ decreases it using artifacts from Destroy. We probably saw that a lot in Doom Tower, right? Looks like they fixed a couple minor errors, and they're going to be adding a whole bunch of new champs in the next couple of days, i.e. this week, because we do have a fusion event going on this Friday. So let's get into the game and let's check out some of these changes in the game. In the Forge, as we know, they did say that they added the quantity of charms and items we can add. You're going to see that right here. So as soon as you get into the Forge, you're going to see that it tells me I have 269 substat charms. HG, oh my goodness, 8 months! What do you guys think? We keep that in the YouTube video? Thank you, HG. Mwah, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. We'll keep that in the video. We're talking stuff in the Forge. You see here, I have 319 artifact charms. Then we have rarity charms and we have rank charms. So right now it tells you the exact amount that you have, which is kind of cool, right? Instead of trying to scroll through and see what you have, it's already right here. And as you guys already know, it's so easy to just click it and add in. So this one is going to be a nice visual change, I think. It's really nice. And as you can see, I have a lot of artifact charms. And that's primarily because I'm usually forgetting to use them. But I did use all of these, one of each, right before this video, and it gave me flat defense boots. So I don't think I made out any better than normal. So feel free to test it and to see how it goes. Let's take a look at the 3v3. Okay, we talked about changes in the bazaar. So we head over to the bazaar. Already, here are champion fragments. So it looks like 150 gold bars is going to get you champion fragments for Huntress. And 150 gold bars is also going to get you 10 fragments for Bloodhorn. Both of them are going to be used for when you fuse Broadma. And avatars. So now we have a new avatar in the bronze, and the avatar is 1,000 gold bars, guys. That is very inexpensive. That's incredibly inexpensive. So you like this avatar, you might as well scoop it up. And we also see that charms have been added. Scrolling through to silver, it does look like there's an avatar here as well. Now this one's 10,000 gold bars here. And I really, oh yeah, then we see some rank charms added here as well too, and rank charms. So it looks like these are the additions that were added to the bazaar. I would love to know, do you guys like this change? Like, is anybody here going to go scoop up this avatar since we've been talking about it? Do you like it enough to just go grab it? Or maybe you're in silver. Are you going to go grab this one? I would love to see. It's so far you guys like it. Yeah, the feedback so far is you guys are liking it. Nice. Oh, Frogma could be fun to test around. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at the new fitting room change. So I grabbed my Broadma. He has a very minimal gear on because I geared him kind of quickly. I tossed him into Faction Wars and he did good for me. So I think he might be a good test just to kind of play around with and see what the fitting room looks like. So how we get to the fitting room is as usual, just like if you were going to re-equip some gear. When you hit filter, all of a sudden, now you see fitting room. You're gonna see fitting room right there. So we click fitting room. It shows the gear that Broadma still has equipped, but what it also does is you can see there's just little like hangers, which is kind of cool, right? It's like a changing room. It's like a little dressing room. So let's say, just for the sake of fun, let's look for a substat speed, just to put some speed on him, right? Let's grab, it says try on. So we try on and we add it. So far we're gonna see there really isn't a change, but it tells me that there's a 50,000 silver to equip it. And let's just put on, how about a shield? So now it's showing what the changes are. And so you guys had seen that even before we put this on, is it showed us the pluses and the minuses. And currently with the gear we currently have, you see that he has a 15,000 HP. Putting these two on instead knocks it down to 14. Actually, they did sniper. So the question in chat was, somebody just asked, they wish that they made red or green if the numbers are higher or lower. They actually did have a little bit of a change there. So let's do this again. When I click on the shield, before I hit try on, you see that it gives you the changes right here. So already you kind of know if this is something you want to do. So I did not hit try on yet. All I did was I clicked on the item. So here we go. So this one tells us that if I do add this shield, HP goes up, speed goes up, crit rate goes up, but defense and accuracy go down. So we already see this before I even add it, okay? So let's say we don't like that. Let's go to the headpiece instead. And you say I click to the headpiece, and all of a sudden, again, there's some more changes here. Is you see that HP goes up by over 1,000. Defense, speed, and crit rate all go up. Attack and accuracy all go down. And this is before I hit try on. So now if I hit try on, it adjusts to the amounts, right? It adjusts to the amounts and it tells you how much silver you need to equip. Now I know one of the questions before was, can we check out gear on equipped champions and take it off? And it looks like we can. Because if you click equipped, same thing, all of this comes up, right? All of this comes up. So let's say I want to, who's got a nice headpiece? Maybe we could take off just for fun. And we won't actually do it. But how about Ghostborn? Let's say we click on Ghostborns instead. And here we go. So it shows us the changes. So this is nice. I know this is one of the questions that came up was, would we be able to look at gear that's equipped on champs? It looks like we can. And so I like this. I think the interface looks nice. It looks clean. It gives us a chance to kind of test around and try to find the stats we want before committing, right? And it tells you how much silver you're going to have to spend to equip that. And I think that's fair because it's the same thing as if you're going to spend silver anyway to just re-equip a champ without using the fitting room. It's fair, it's the same. It's not like you're just taking a champ that has no gear on. My guess is if you were to grab a champ that has no gear, that you probably wouldn't even have the fitting room available, but that's a good experiment. Let's go check that out. Shaman, okay. So for the sake of this, we want to see if an ungeared champ can also use the fitting room. Filter, and you can. So this is what's nice too, is it looks like an ungeared champ can also use the fitting room. Now, if we were just to add some gear, same thing as you're going to see some stats go up. Try on. Now, as if you were just going to gear a champ regularly that has no gear, you see there's no silver that you have to pay. And again, that's fair because this is what we're looking at, is normally when you're looking to gear a champ that has no gear on them, you don't pay silver. You usually only pay silver if you take the gear off or if you're just going to be swapping gear around. So you saw I just put this on. I just put this weapon on. There is no silver requirement for me because we're not actually switching it out. So that was another good question that we had. And I hope that helps to explain and kind of showcase the fitting room. I would love to know what you guys think of this. I think this is smart. I like it. It gives us a chance to try to find the stats we're looking for without having to waste so much silver and maybe miscalculating on some of the stats. Because I don't know about you guys, but I know I've done that before where I thought I had the right stats, but I was short on speed here or short on crit here, and somewhere along the way something got lost. So this is nice because it gives us a way to kind of look and figure out what we want to add before we actually commit to it. Right? So even right now, I didn't actually add this until I hit equip, which is nice. It still shows us the stats here. It is great for people who can't use the gear optimizer. Ooh, like a mobile user. Yeah. Yes, you're right. So it looks like you could do the same thing with your accessories. Does it take into account sets? Do you want me to put a set on? Is that what you're thinking? So right now we just grabbed a random speed artifact. So it looks like it does. If I'm going to add a speed headpiece on top of the fact that I already have a speed weapon here, it already looks like it increases it. So we should be getting a 12 speed. And I would love to know what you guys think. Definitely leave me some comments down below. What changes do you love the most? What changes do you love the most? Are you a fan of the changes to the bazaar? Do you like the clan boss keys change? Do you like the fitting rooms? I would love to know what you guys think. Leave me some comments down below and let me know.